Alright, so today we catching up with them. See the sun right there? That sun is going into almond, which is about right here. So in about 15 days, that sun gonna be right in there. It's gonna move from right here to right over there. Point. Oh, right here. It's going into almond. That's the side the real new year. The side the real new year. So almond here, up here, that's the house of almond, lines with this box here. That's as above, so below, in heaven as it is on earth. All right. So this is almond. I'm catching up. So the moon is getting ready to rise. The moon is rising in Leo. It's rising above the ecliptic in Leo, because the ecliptic is a circle that it's like a band that goes through all of the, you know what I'm saying, signs. So right now, the moon is in Leo. So what I'm doing is I'm catching these boxes up. I'm moving on the moon frequency to get the Leo, which is right here. So you got almond, Taurus. I did that today. And then you have Gemini right here. So that's my work for the day. And then in the morning, today is 4/1. So tomorrow I'm gonna get here and here. That's Cancer and Leo. And I'm still gonna have time to go line up with the Virgin. So when the moon goes into the Virgin around 4 or 5, I'll be able to knock the Virgin out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the scales and Scorpio next week. So then the moon is gonna go into Sagittarius, then Capricorn, Aries. The water bearer, and back there is Pisces. I have to finish it off. So once it goes into Pisces, you're gonna have a new moon once it crosses the sun. And once it crosses the sun, then this box is going to be ready for vegetation. We have the vegetation growing in here. And we have a lot of harvest, like a lot that's going to harvest this year. You know, just to name a few, we got okra, we got carrots, we got tomatoes, we got squash, we got cucumbers, we have peppers, we have the sweet potatoes, which is going to go on this platform here on all of the cardinal points. So our first cardinal point is what? Almond. So in that new moon in almond, which is going to be around the 4:15, we're going to put the first batch of sweet potatoes here. We got 4 barrels. And then when it goes into what's next, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer will go here, okay? And then you have Libra will go there, and then Capricornus will go right here when the moon gets into those signs. So we moving with patience, you know what I mean? So again, those are the 4 signs, right? And so this is how you build a garden. And so these are going to fill up as the moon goes through each of the signs. Okay? And then after they go through each of the signs, then it's going to be prepared for the new year inside the real, because the sun is still in Pisces. Okay? Earth is a little fast, like you got to understand, Earth is its own plane that's going around the zodiac, just like the moon and Jupiter and Mars and Uranus. So Earth conscious, right, is in, this is, what's today, 4/2? So we are in Aries season. So we kind of ahead of the sun is trailing. And then it's also based off of when you can't start. Like right now, you probably can't see the house of the ram, right? Because the sun is close to it. And that house of the ram stretches across like this. Doing my best to do it. I'm not throwing up Crip for all my Crips. Shout out to the Crips, long live Nip. You know what I mean? But that's it. Let me not do that. Let me not do that. But that's how the ram look. You know what I'm saying? So, and I gave Nipsey a star in the sky, in my sky. And that's what y'all would call Regulus A. You know what I mean? We have a star proclamation for him and everything. So yeah, that's how the ram looks in the sky. And this is all of the signs of the zodiac. Now this is a sanctuary for the Father, for my Father and Abba Father, the Father of all fathers, the Aboriginal Father. You know what I'm saying? Because if you got a mother, you have a father. You feel me? So we building this for Abba Father that arcs in heaven. You know, and so go check out that 432 to drop. You know, press the 119, dog. You talk right about home, man. Like literally, man, when I was out here this morning, I had Nasir saying Pallet Mountain. And he said it. And literally right after that, and me and Nas and the crew, my crew, Darrell and Imani, you know, we all went up to Pallet Mountain on my mama's birthday, 3/22. And so today, you know, I was like, man, I should take them back out to Pallet Mountain, right? Because the sun's out, and I think I might just do that. Sun's out, and, you know, we ride up there and tell them to go hop in the wagon. But then, you know, we get on that 119, it dropped. I was like, man, I got to listen to something while I'm out here. Tell me why the con talking about home, Pallet Mountain, being Mount Erratic. Man, come on, dog. Come on, man. Go check that out, man. Just type in 432 to drop radio, man. You know what I mean? We've been listening to 432 to drop since 2020, right after my son was born. You know what I mean? You know, and it was like Allah was just like aligning everything because we actually moved out to the Chickamauga territory. And you know what I mean? We had our spot locked in before we tapped into 432 to drop. And then 432 to drop is talking about the same place we getting ready to move to. So I'm riding through the Chickamauga territory listening to 432 to drop. Now I'm riding through Pallet Mountain listening to 4. Like, man, so we appreciate you, Con. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, I'm out here, you know, on that Zodiac, that Ezekiel wheel with it. So today we got through Amen, Taurus, and Gemini. You know what I mean? And this is open for my tribe, man. Any of my tribe want to come out, just, you know, email me at DarrellQSlade. So DarrellQ_Slade@gmail.com, man. Y'all always go to the website, No More Suits, LLC.com. You know, we planted that tree out there for my son on his birthday. My daughter got grounded on these soils right there, not far from the Saraton Mountains. You know what I mean? It's about, you know what I mean? If you go upon yonder, you'll see it. You know, the mountains away from the mountains. You know what I mean? That Khan was talking about today as I was working, man. You know what I mean? So he talking about this being the real turkey, man. This being the real turkey out here. You know what I mean? The Turks. That's why they call you the Turk. You know what I mean? Oh, man. The land of the Turks. You know, them real Arabs. Them real tribes of Yeshua. You know what I'm saying? And yesterday, we just finished, me and Nas finished reading about the life of Moses from the time he was born to the time he died. So that's around the book of Jashir, ancient book of Jashir, pages 190, not page, but chapter 69 to about 85, I think is where we summed it up. 86 yesterday is when Moses went up to the mountains and transitioned, man. The Creator called him on home. You know what I mean? After all his service, you know, after serving a prison sentence and, you know, 40 years as the king of Cush, and all those years of, you know, taking them Israelites, them sons of Jacob, out of bondage in Egypt, and, you know, taking them back through the land of Midian, you know what I mean? The home of Zephoria, you know what I mean? And Raul, you know, this me and my son was reading about, and it talked about how Moses climbed Mount Erratic, you know what I mean, and got them scriptures, dog, you know, and then we, on my mom's birthday, before we read that night, we went up Pallet Mountain and we didn't read that night. And then the next night we read it, and it was talking about how Moses went up the mountain in the clouds, and it was cloudy that day. I got pictures to prove it. So that's why I said today I want to go back up there. Man, you see the stars. You see how the stars, like, man, we should go back up there because it's sunny. Because that was my daughter's first time going to the top. My mother used to take her grandbabies up there. India, Imani, Harmony, and Diamond. You know what I mean? So she's no longer, she done went and transitioned, you know what I mean, like how Moses did, you know what I mean, to the higher planes, just so that I can know the real. So I was like, man, I'll take the babies back out there today so they can actually see out, you know what I mean, our lands, and see out that yak and see that erratic, So surely they can see here. Surely we can see out here. This is Wa Shalom, man. This is my home. I was born down through those trees that way. You know what I'm saying? You keep walking through them forests and you can cross the oak summit and over there past that totem pole and across that street we call Ogden Avenue over in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, dog. This the real. I'm Ibn Daril. You know what I mean? I'm Ibn Daril. And I'm just happy, man. We just released that article on my father. Go check it out. You know what I mean? We throw the creator in there. We talk about that aboriginal, you know what I mean, from that Webster Dictionary, 1828. You know what I mean? Them aboriginals who was found here. So, yeah, man. Shalom, man. This is hard work. Dedication, man. So y'all gonna see it. Y'all see the progress. Y'all see the progress, over time. And we preparing finally, like I said, Jupiter getting ready to tip in Amen too around May. So it's letting you know that it's a new Jupiter year, which takes 12 years. You know what I mean? So the last one was in 2012. Now we in 2024 going into the next one. You know what I mean? Getting ready to go into 2024 for the next Jupiter cycle. So we just setting up the vegetation system for the next Jupiter cycle. You know what I mean? We restoring, you know what I mean? We getting better from last Jupiter year, the last year of Jupiter. You know what I mean? For this new year of Jupiter. You know what I mean? So that we can prepare or perfect ourselves for the next Jupiter cycle, which will be around 2036. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. This is just assignments and codes I get. I was out here when that moon was in Amen, I think. It was around Amen and going in, it was waxing into Taurus. You know what I mean? Off the new moon. It was waxing off the new moon in Pisces going into Taurus from Amen. And it had passed through Venus, which is also in Amen right now. And I was standing right here in this spot, and it literally was like Amen. And then it literally was like Taurus. And it literally was like Gemini. And it was like, come up here, then you go into Cancer. And then you go into the Virgin. And then you're going to go, the Lion. You're going to go into that Lion. Then you're going to go into the Virgin. And then you're going to go into them scales, Q. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Wayne. I took my head off to Wayne. He said, you got to move silent. You got to move patiently. You can't rush the art. You know what I mean? Jamaica. That's Jamaica. And then you're just going to go out there in the Scorpio right there. And then it's going to finish off right here in Pisces. You got to look at it. You can look at it from right here. But then it took me on a journey. It was like, match it up with these boxes. And then that box is going to start right put here. And these are your deacons. So these the deacon of Amen and Gemini is Perseus. You know what I mean? And the triangulum, I think, is up there too. And then right here, you know what I mean? You see it? Sagittarius, Capricornus, Aquarius, and Pisces. They're in the house to start the new cycle over again. You know what I mean? So that's the moon moving every month. You know what I mean? That's the moon moving every month. That's the sun moving every 365 days or so. You know what I mean? That's Jupiter moving every 12 years or so. You know, I think Mercury is maybe 88 days or so. I don't know. You know, I don't know. You gotta, look it up. I don't know everything. Venus is moving, you know what I mean? On her pace, she moved quick, you know? So she moving quicker than the sun and Earth. Yeah, man. These leaves was not on here last week, man. These leaves was, I can't lie to you, man. Last week, these leaves were not on here. You know? We're gonna call this the erratic tree. We're gonna call this the erratic. You know what I mean? It's the barlet, but we're gonna call it the erratic. You know what I mean? It's gonna be the tree erratic. And we're gonna get rocks. That rock came from Winston-Salem State University. You know what I'm saying? So that's honoring my father's legacy. And then I got another one that we got from, where did I get that rock from the other day? Oh, by the ancient tree out here. You know what I mean? From where I got the coordinate points for it. The ancient tree out there near CG Hill Park. And then I got another one where that Mill Creek poured. The Mill Creek is right there. Literally right there. And it pours all the way into the Muddy Creek. So I got another rock from a nice stretch, like 5 to 6 miles, that creek. From Walkertown all the way to Jefferson Elementary School area. You know what I mean? So I got a rock from over there. You know, and we're just gonna stack that around this. Yeah, man. So the kids did that. You know what I mean? The Fountain of Youth did that. They did that. Nas planted this tree. We got it recorded. He did that. My son did that. All Nasir. So yeah, you know, we asking for the sons of David, the daughters of David. You know what I'm saying? The daughters of Solomon and Sheba. You know, come on out here and, you know, participate in any way, shape, form, or fashion. If you want to bring some vegetation out, if you want to bring some herbs out, come on and bring it. You know what I mean? We're going to have an herb garden somewhere in here. We may put it right there. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, we'll see, dog. You know, we got room for growth. I'm just one man. I'm just clearing the land, you know, so we can compile. The mulch and stuff is coming out here. The compost is coming out. You know what I mean? My dad got a vision for this, so he's going to add his vision. We're going to execute on it, you know? So, peace to the God and goddesses, man. Shalim, 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 Shalim. Oh, yeah, and it was talking about, you know, in that book of Jashir, after I, you know, mapped this out, because I wrote it out, you know what I'm saying? After I mapped it out, son, tell me why in the book of Jashir it said that Moses and the Israelites built the sanctuary for the real. Come on, man. So we in alignment. So I'm not really tuned into what the world is tuned into right now. You know what I mean? I'm tuned into what the Creator's tuned into. The Most High. You know, we vibrate on a different frequency. So if you're not in tune with this frequency, you know, it's fine. We just have to separate ourselves to keep this vibration high and to keep it generating, you know what I mean, for generations. So, you know, because we missed the code. We missed out on the code, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? He on the dang radio talking about how Noah came to Pilot Mountain, and they in the comments talking about Pilot mean the first. You know what I'm saying? That's the first mountain. Come on, man. Whew. This the original lands, B. It's the original lands. God. So yeah, email me, man. The Real Cute Slade at Gmail. If you want to participate with the garden, we got a book club we getting ready to launch. So go to nomoreshootslc.com/book club if you're interested in that. You know, yeah, we're gonna have some fires burning out here. This summer we're gonna have some tribe. You know what I mean? Get the bonfires popping out there. You know, Get the tribes back, you know, connected back out here. You know, we just building, man. We just building. Shalom, shalom, shalom.